We chose this subject because we felt between the three of us we all shared a lack of knowledge on Jewish culture.
We felt these images portrayed social stigmas on the Jewish community.
I think when students think of the Jewish culture, they assume rich, upper-class white family that wear little hats on their head, that go to temple, and cannot eat pork.
I think about 85% of the people who are here are converts. They converted to Judaism, including my wife. She's the redhead.
She's back. Here she is, right here.
You can't tell she's redhead because she's wearing a fur cap. She was baptized about 5 times, 5 different denominations, because her mother is half Cherokee. She's a quarter Cherokee. That's why I keep my hair short so she doesn't scalp me. And what can I tell you? They're all pretty happy. They're all content, and we all get along.
So Shabbat Shalom means Shabbos hello, or Shabbos peace, or Shabbos welcome. Shalom being a word that means hello, goodbye, and peace all at one time.
It's a very artistic rendering of the word shalom. This is the shin, the 3-pronged letter, and this is the lamed, and the ayin, and that's the M for shalom.
The pages go backwards from that which you are used to. Hebrew is read from right to left, not from left to right.
See all the dots underneath? That's what we're using for vowels these days, but in those things they're written without the vowels and without the spaces between the words. And the only thing they have is a slightly longer space at the end of a section. The little flourishes and stuff that are at the top of the letters, and the little extending of the letter down, that some of that is the artistic style of the person who did this particular piece.
The blessing for the candles, which signifies essentially the beginning of Shabbos, which is the Hebrew word for Sabbath. Or Sabbath is the English word for Shabbos.
The Sabbath is the most holy of days above and beyond all other holidays. That is one of the big tenets of Judaism, is that starting at sundown on Friday night and going to starrise on Saturday night, that is the most important holiday. It supersedes all other holidays.
Food plays an important role in Judaism, especially holidays. You may have heard about Passover, or Pesach is what it's called in Hebrew. It's a time of the year that's very festive. It's not a serious holiday. It's not a one where you are pondering your faith, but rather rejoicing over Jews living through a Holocaust type of a situation. There's an eternal light in every synagogue, and they only had enough oil to light that lamp for 24 hours, and yet it lasted for 7 days and 7 nights, or 8 days and 8 nights rather. The Orthodox Jews do not eat shellfish, shrimp, crab, lobster. They also don't eat pig. They observe what they call kosher laws. Those are kosher dietary laws, and those are a couple of those laws. They don't mix meat and dairy, and they don't mix dishes that have either dairy or meat on them. It's quite strict, and I do know some people who have lived in an Orthodox style. The next group of Jews that came along were the Reform Jews, and they became Reform Jews because they didn't believe in those laws being valid anymore. A lot of the laws were based on preservation of people. They didn't eat pork because it had tapeworm. During the celebration of Passover, there was no time they're celebrating the fact that there was no time to let the dough rise to have regular bread. So they eat unleavened bread called matzah. Could be crackers, but matzah is something you'll find in the springtime in the supermarkets. Very good. Every holiday is celebrated with food, but on Yom Kippur we have a day of fast, a 24-hour fasting period. And Jews are expected to go to their temple and pray. It's the beginning of a new year. Rosh Hashanah, which is 10 days before, marks the end of a year, and Yom Kippur marks the beginning of the year. And it's said that in those days, the book of God you are written down if you are a good person in the book of God.
I felt a little uncomfortable when singing in a temple because I felt pressured to participate, but once the service was over, the tension was gone because we connected more one-on-one.
The more we learned about this person, the more our assumptions and stereotypes changed about the Jewish culture. Through the people we have met and talked with, we have found that they did not fit the stigmas we have previously put upon them.
From what we've learned in class, we should keep a sociological mindset in all criteria. However, within the Jewish community, one must keep a narrow mind in all beliefs and values in order to be accepted into Judaism.